I need you to stop what you're doing right now. Just stop. Because what I'm about to tell you, I have never told anyone the full story. Not my sister, not my best friend, not even the doctor who found me unconscious on the hospital floor at 3 a.m, but I can't keep it inside anymore. My name is Sarah. I'm a nurse, and 3 months ago I quit my job in the middle of the night. Shaking. Barely able to hold my keys. Because of something I saw in a perfectly ordinary hospital hallway that could not have been there. That should not have existed. Let me take you back. It was a small private hospital, not one of those massive, loud, buzzing city hospitals. No, this place was quiet. Small, intimate, the kind of place where the hallways feel almost warm during the day, almost friendly. I had only just started working there. 1 week in, still learning the layout, still fumbling with the door codes, still the new girl. That night, I was on the night shift. And as midnight came and went, the ward just settled. The patients were asleep. The doctors had done their rounds and gone home. The overhead lights had been dimmed to that low amber glow they always switched to after midnight, just enough light to see by, just enough to throw long shadows down the hall. My colleague Diana was supposed to be with me the whole shift. But around 1 a.m, she looked at me, patted my shoulder and said, "You'll be fine for 20 minutes, yeah? I just need to sit down for a bit." And then she was gone. So there I was, alone, sitting on a bench just outside the ward, the silence so thick it had weight. The only sounds were the faint beep of a monitor behind a closed door and the hum of the lights above me. I remember thinking, this isn't so bad. This is peaceful. I should have known better. I don't know exactly how long I'd been sitting there when I heard it. A groan. Low, long, and completely soaked in pain. The kind of sound that hits you in the chest before your brain even catches up. And as a nurse, you don't ignore that sound. You can't. It's wired into you. I sat up. My eyes went straight to the far end of the hallway, the long stretch where the patient rooms lined one wall. Room 1 through 5. Just 5 rooms on this ward, and outside what I could only see as room 6, there was a woman, hunched forward on a bench, head hanging almost to her knees, rocking, slowly moaning like she was trying to hold herself together and losing. A patient who got out of bed? A visitor who collapsed? It didn't matter. Someone was hurting, and I was the only one there. I stood up, straightened my uniform, and started walking toward her. Quick, confident, purposeful, the way you're trained to move. Except something was wrong. I noticed it the way you notice a dream going bad slowly. Then all at once, I was walking. My legs were moving. My shoes were hitting the floor. But I wasn't getting any closer to her. I watched the room numbers pass on my left. Room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4, room 5. And then, my body just stopped. No wall, no glass, no barrier I could see or touch. Just nothing. And yet I could not move one single step further. I looked down at my own feet like they belonged to someone else. I told them to move. They didn't. I tried to lean forward. Nothing. I tried stepping sideways, angling around at every direction, every attempt, room 5, and no further. And that's when the cold hit me. A wave of it from nowhere, like a door had opened somewhere very, very far away. And then the woman started to stand up. She rose slowly, unevenly, like a marionette on strings that were just slightly the wrong length. Her movement was wrong, every joint bending at the wrong moment, her weight shifting wrong, her whole silhouette just slightly too strange against that low amber light. And she started moving toward me. That walk, that horrible, lurching, wrong walk. I don't know where I found my voice, but I did. "Hey, stop. Who are you? What's wrong? Do you need help?" She froze, dead still, like someone had cut those strings all at once, and then slowly, so slowly, she turned around, and I saw her face. She was wearing a nurse's uniform. Exactly like mine. Same pale blue, same fit, same lanyard around her neck. But her hair was wild, matted, hanging in dark, tangled ropes over her face. Her skin was the color of old candle wax, yellowish, waxy, wrong, and her eyes were black, not dark brown, not dilated, black, like two holes in her face that went somewhere else, somewhere I did not want to follow. She looked at me, and then she smiled. That smile, I won't pretend I have words for it. What I'll tell you is this: it was the shape of a smile, like something had studied human faces for a very long time, had learned what a smile was supposed to look like, and then stretched one across her face without understanding what it was for. She started walking faster. I still couldn't run, couldn't move, couldn't even step back, just frozen. Watching her come closer and closer down that dark hallway, that smile never wavering, those black eyes never once blinking, she reached out her hand. Her fingers were inches from my face, and they stopped. She hit the same wall I had hit, but from the other side. Her hand pressed flat against empty air. She pushed, harder, again. The smile fell off her face. Something uglier took its place: rage, desperation, something I have no name for. She slammed both palms against nothing, over and over, her body shaking, her face twisting, and then she opened her mouth and screamed. I won't describe that sound. I can't. All I'll say is it didn't come from a throat. It came from somewhere deeper than that, somewhere older, and it hit me like something physical, like a hand to the chest, and then the lights went out. And so did I. I woke up in a hospital bed, bright lights, the smell of antiseptic, a blood pressure cuff on my arm, faces looking down at me. Diana was there, white as a sheet, gripping my hand. Sarah. Sarah, can you hear me? What happened? I told them everything, every single detail, as fast as I could get the words out. The woman on the bench, the invisible wall, room 6, the black eyes, the wrong smile, that sound. When I finished, the room was very quiet. One of the doctors, older, calm, the kind of man who has seen everything, looked at me for a long moment. Then he said, "Show me where." I walked with him to the hallway. Diana held my arm the whole way. I pointed to the far end of the corridor. There, outside room 6. That's where she was sitting. He looked down the hallway. Then he looked at me. I looked at the hallway. The rooms ended at room 5. After room 5, after that invisible line, after the wall that had stopped her hand from reaching my face, there was nothing. A flat, solid, unbroken wall. No doorframe, no hinges, no number, no bench, just smooth plaster and paint. Like room 6 had never existed, like nothing had ever been there at all. I resigned that same morning, still in my uniform, still shaking, sat in the administrator's office at 6 a.m. and handed in my notice. Nobody tried very hard to stop me. I have never gone back, and I've spent every day since then sitting with the same question, the one with no answer. The one I keep turning over and over in my mind. What was on the other side of that wall? Because here's what I can't shake. The detail I cannot logic my way out of. That invisible wall, it didn't just stop me from reaching her. It stopped her from reaching me. Whatever that barrier was, it was protecting something. Maybe protecting her from our world. Maybe protecting our world from her. Maybe. And this is the thought that truly keeps me awake at night. Maybe I got too close to a door that was never supposed to be opened. And maybe whatever was on the other side saw me and wanted to come through. I don't know. I genuinely, honestly do not know. But if you ever find yourself alone in a quiet hospital at 3 a.m. and you hear something groaning from further down the hallway than the rooms are supposed to go, don't stand up. Don't walk toward it. Don't call out to it. And whatever you do, don't let it see your face, because once it does, it doesn't stop smiling.